Welcome to Ride Success, the podcast that takes you on a learning journey to a more productive, creative and active life through the power of the bike. Today, you are joining me from EUROBIKE in Frankfurt, Germany, and it's a pleasure to have you on the podcast.
So today's episode is slightly different from my previous episodes. Today, I will take you through my journey of interviewing 24 leaders in 24 hours at the EUROBIKE Bike Show. The reason why I chose 24 hours with 24 leaders is because I wanted to set a challenge that would be different, would stand out, and would give me the maximum opportunity to speak with a diverse group of leaders from micromobility, from equipment, from bike brands, trying to cover as much as possible with these conversations. The conversations are brief, but what is interesting is everyone has a different perspective, has a different take. Now, I will narrate my story, my journey through the 24 hours. So it is quite a personal story of how I interviewed 24 leaders at EUROBIKE Bike Show. So let me start at the end. Why not?
Right, it's been 24 hours. I am a bit exhausted. I have interviewed finally the last leader, Wade Wallace. So that makes it 24. It's been quite the roller coaster of finding people and interviewing them, but I'm very grateful that all of the people that I've interviewed have gave me their time, their wisdom. So really grateful that as these people that I have interviewed have given me their time, shared their thoughts with me, and they will be shared with you as well. I wanted to challenge people to think a bit, not just give the type form questions to leaders, but make them think a little bit about how they could improve the industry if they had a superpower, and what celebrity would they like to pick their brains to brainstorm ideas. So yeah, it's been definitely a roller coaster. The first time with the Ride to Success podcast at EUROBIKE. So I'm a bit tired now, I have to say. I'm at airport, ready to fly. It was really a touch and go whether I was able to get to the airport on time and interview 24 leaders at the same time. Last night, as I was I hit the 12-hour mark. There was some cancellations and some miscommunications that led to not be able to interview 2 people. And so this morning I was fortunate enough to meet some wonderful CEOs that allowed me to ask them a few questions. So yeah, I'm happy, and I'm tired. As you can see, my thoughts are quite difficult to articulate right now. So I hope you enjoy the 24 leaders' thoughts and ideas. I really enjoyed it. We'll probably do it again. Well, don't get me accountable to that. I might change my mind. But yeah, it's been definitely an awesome experience to have, and I'm very grateful for everyone that took part in it. So hope you enjoy the show, and I'll be very grateful for you to tune in and let me know what you think. Thank you.
Before we get into the podcast, ladies and gentlemen, please remember to subscribe, review, rate the show wherever you listen to it, whether it is iTunes, Spotify, YouTube. It helps me grow the podcast massively, and I'll be forever grateful. If you enjoyed the show, make sure you get in touch and tell me so. I'll be very, very happy to hear from you. Right, on to the show. Hi guys. So I have started the challenge 24 hours with 24 leaders at EUROBIKE. Yeah, it's quite a challenge. I reckon I'll be doing a few kilometers today of just walking and yeah, meeting some leaders in the industry in different fields. I'm hoping to have great connections with amazing people. The cycling industry, you can see that there is an excitement in the air, there is a palpable enthusiasm for change, and yeah, well, people are starting to get optimistic, so that's great news for everyone in the cycling industry. Yeah, it's a lot of cool brands here at the show, and I'll get to speak with some of them, which is amazing. My schedule is packed. I don't have a minute to rest, but I guess that's how you do things, really. If you want to get things done, that's how you do it. But yeah, it's a lot to see, a lot to take in, and I'm just hoping that everything falls into place and I get my 24 leaders by the end of the 24 hours, really. Right, that's the first capture.
Hi Pietro, good morning. I am Pietro Tomasella. I am the OEM Global Business Director for the OEM business. I do work for Selle Group since 12 years. And in our group, we are very proud of what we do every day with our iconic cycling brands, Selle Royal, Fidlock, Brooks England, Crank Brothers, and the Pedalet. And yeah, today I'm here to have a little bit of fun and discussion with you.
Well, I have a question for you. If you could have one superpower, 24 hours, to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Basically, I would like to continue do what the Selle Group is doing since 2 years now, 3 years, being focused on sustainability as a very concrete investment for the future. So we are daily cooperating with partners in the industry in order to change in a concrete way this very important topic. We do not want to make any greenwashing, so when our group makes something linked to sustainability, we want to do it in a very concrete and professional way. And today at Eurobike it starts a very important process, especially linked to Selle Royal brand, because today at 5 p.m. we will launch Stracciatella technology.
Okay.
The name is the same name of the ice cream,
Yeah.
but it's because the effect of this sustainable technology is linked to a new way to recycle our scraps and to reuse our scraps of production. And then again, we always do something in a professional way. So Selle Royal brand already has in the range of product 100% recycled plastic base. Mm-hmm. So when I say 100% recycled plastic base, I mean 100%. So we do like to make the things in a very professional, concrete way. This is what I would like to do.
Very good. Thank you. So, I have one last question for you, Pietro. If you could have any celebrity join you on a 24-hour ride, who would it be? And
good
why?
question. Good question. You know, I do love sport. I am Italian, so I do love soccer. I played soccer for many, many years. Mm-hmm. And so I would like to connect my big passion with my second passion, so cycling. I would say Paolo Maldini. I am a big supporter of AC Milan.
Right.
And so he's a person that is part of my life. Mm-hmm. He was playing for more than 20 years with AC Milan. He's a good example of strength, a good person that was able to maintain a unified group, and a very professional person. So I will be curious to make a bike ride with him for one day.
So with my first interview in the bag, I made my way to the ICT trainer booth to meet Nicolas and Philip.
Hi, I'm Philip from the ICT Trainer, and we are indoor training platform. We are a little bit different to the gaming platforms, as we are more focused on effective training. So how you do structured training, what you're doing, or what you're watching during your training. And it's not only that we have routes and all the stuff in our app, but also you can watch only in the browser some bike races, Tour de France, for example, at the moment. And so the focus is to display during this stuff the things you should do during your training as good as possible, that you have both in your mind. And so our focus is not to game. So the claim is clear: just train, no game.
So I have a question. If you could have a superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Yeah, at the end, it's a little bit to convince people that it's more important to evolve the problems at the new revolution. For example, there are a lot of functionalities. They are 80% good, but the last 20% are, I think, horrible. And I would hope that this can be that I can convince the people to improve this functionality. A typical point for me is the Garmin Auto Pause. You have a 10 kilometer. You set up 10 kilometers. The track is pausing on your bike computer if you are slowed down. And that's fine in the flats, but in the hills, you need to decrease the speed for that. But you have a sensor with in the power meter, and you know you're pedaling at the moment 300 watts. Why the bike is telling me that I'm going in the pause in the climb? That's I don't understand, and I would improve this. Such things that it's much easier to use the stuff, because very often it's too complicated for the people.
So my last question is, if you could have a celebrity join you for a bike ride for 24 hours, who would it be?
Yeah, I would take Nicolas back, because I know he's doing cycling, and he's living in Monaco, and the area there is very nice. I like it there very much, and so perhaps he can show me different areas there, different corners I don't know until now. And yeah, it's a different kind of sport. I think it's interesting to understand what they are doing and how fit they are to handle a Formula One car.
And then, so from ICT trainer, I went and spoke with SHAD Bikes, a Spanish company that is providing urban mobility offerings and equipment for your bikes.
My name is Carlos Povedano. I'm the business unit manager of SHAD Bikes division, and I'm in charge of these fantastic products that we are designing and producing. We produce basically bags, backpacks, and panniers for bicycles, urban bicycles. That's where we are, that's what we are doing. One of our products should be, for example, this fantastic backpack that has the capacity to go mount on the bike, and also at the same time you can put it as backpack when you are not on the bike. So it has a versatility, capacity. These are the products that we are producing, and these are the things that we're designing for urban cyclers.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Oh, that's a great question. I would like to have a lot of superpowers, but maybe I would choose one, the capacity to repair instantly any bike.
Oh, that's a good one.
I will help the commuters to move every day without any breakdown or any problems. So that will be one of the superpowers that I will choose for one day.
If you could have a celebrity join you for a bike ride for a 24-hour period, who would it be?
Well, these are nice questions. Okay, maybe I will have an interview, 24 hours maybe is a long time, but with David Attenborough. He's a nice naturist from Britain. And I would like to discuss with him about biodiversity, about natural conservation, all his kinds of stuff with him.
From the friendly and warm Carl Povedano from SHAD Bikes, I made my way to the Fidlock stand to meet the ever-cheerful Holger Knorr from Fidlock.
Hi everybody, I'm Holger from Fidlock. Fidlock is a small medium company from Hanover, loving magnetic toys. Everything we do is always some kind of a magnetic force and a mechanical locking system. Well known from all the helmet buckles, so whenever you have a helmet which closes more or less automatically, it will be a Fidlock buckle. Since 7 years we have the Fidlock twist system, the one-handed operated bottle, which is super easy in use and always works 100% sure.
So I'm curious to know if you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be? And how would you use it?
Well, I would like to have several superpowers, but my main superpower, that's quite easy. I would like to show you what I would like to do. My superpower would be to show everybody how super simple this vacuum system is. So with the Fidlock vacuum system, I'm aware of that it's not the most sexy product on the market, but performance-wise, with our glue-on patch, just works super easy. And now it's once again locked. You can turn it around 360 degrees. So it's a quite easy superpower, showing everybody what the vacuum system can to get the trust of the people.
Brilliant. So if you could have a celebrity join you for a 24-hour period and for a ride, who would it be?
So while I prepared myself, I thought of who might it be, and then I thought of Jennifer Aniston. That would be cool. And I thought like my wife would hate me, so I guess I would love to ride with just Steve Pete.
Brilliant.
He's one of my big stars on this planet. He's a great guy. He loves drinking beer. I like drinking beer. And I think he's big fun. And I'm sure I could learn something from him. And the big goal would be airtime, like 1 second at least.
Brilliant.
After meeting with Fidlock, I rushed to All 12, where I met Paul, the CEO of ReTyre, an amazing company that is making great strides in sustainability.
Hey everyone, my name is Paul. I'm the CEO of ReTyre. We are the world's most sustainable tire manufacturer, making fully reusable tires that reduce carbon emission by more than 80%.
Brilliant. So, Paul, I have a question for you.
Yep.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Well, my superpower would be that of collaboration. I would have an incredible collaboratory power, bringing competitors and partners alike together to find the good solutions. Because especially here at ReTyre, we feel it's important to invite other industries in to the conversation. That is why we select materials where we can repurpose them from other materials, from other industries and to other industries. So collaboration is key to obtaining the real scalable sustainability that our industry requires.
Very good.
Okay.
So I have one last question for you. If you could have any celebrity join you for a bike ride for 24 hours,
Yeah.
what would it be?
Yeah, well, we do love attention. So, a really tier one celebrity would be awesome. But also, I think we have an important message. So a world leader would, come top of mind. But let's stay on the track of being innovative. I would love to have a bike ride with Elon Musk, how he has innovated in the car industry. That is how we would want to innovate in the tire industry. So, having a ride there, talking about the enormous challenges that lie ahead to not only create something sustainable, but scale it to mass scale to really make a difference. Yeah.
Brilliant answer. Right, quick debate. We are 5 leaders in. I'm about to interview the sixth one. Or wait. Yeah, that's correct. God, so many leaders I lose track of it. So we are doing the interviews. It's been running around Eurobike and taking them, meeting people, seeing amazing new tech and discovering new products. So yeah, 5 down, 19 to go.
After meeting with ReTyre, I quickly run up the stairs again to all 11 to meet with co-founder of Scope Cycling.
So my name is Nieck Busser. I'm the co-founder of Scope Cycling. Scope is based in the Netherlands. We are an innovative company which develops the wheel set from scratch with our own engineering team. Our most recent launch is the Scope R-Tech, a wheel set which makes use of 3D printed hubs, carbon aero spokes, and our unique aeroscale rim structure.
So I have a question for you. If you could have a superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Well, I think what would be a really great goal to achieve altogether is to get a better alignment over the supply chain to prevent disruptions, which we've seen, of course, at the COVID pandemic. But I think we're still suffering from it because, there could be a huge improvement on the anticipation of the market demand and supply. So I think if there's a better communication in between the parties involved in the supply chain, I think everyone can benefit from it. From manufacturers to bicycle brands to end consumers to dealers, and of course also the environment.
So now a bit of on a more fun side, if you could have a celebrity or a person you admire join you on a 24-hour ride, who would it be?
Well, I think there are two persons which come up in my mind, which I admire. But today it would be TJ Pogacar. I'm not sure if I like to ride with him, to go out for a ride with him, but at least I think this man, the way he's on his bike, the sensation he has on the bike, like the fire in his, the fire in his eyes. He really is a rider who rides with his heart. It's pretty unique, and at the same time, he's also really based on performance. He's a very serious rider, but also material-wise, I think he is, pretty unique in the peloton. So we'd also, of course, like to receive further feedback on our products and how we see his product development and what he is looking for in the most perfect bike today in the market.
Still in all 11, from one innovative brand to another, L2, a brand coming from China that is making great strides in challenging the big brands such as SRAM and Shimano. I met with Zhao.
So L2 started in 2016, and just within a few years, we become the industry leader, especially in Chinese market. So now we are almost dominant. Our founders, they have rich experience in the industry. They work in SRAM before, so they have clear understanding for the market and what kind of products we should offer to the market, and how to control the quality, and how to control the patent risk. So since we establishment, we attach great importance to product development, quality control, after service support. Within a few years, we have released complete offering from mountain bike, road bike, gravel bike, footing bike, etc.
If you could have a superpower within 24 hours to change the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Well, in this way, if I have superpower, then I hope I can make electric group set very, very cheap. Because right now it's very expensive, and also only few players they can offer it.
Right.
Therefore, that is also the effort L2 is doing. We hope to release more affordable and also more friendly electronic group set for our customer.
If you could have any celebrity join you for a bike ride for a 24-hour period, what would they be?
there are two person I want to ride with there. The first one is Gary Fisher. The second one is Bob, from Specialized.
Yeah, very good.
After meeting Luke, I rushed back down to all 12, going through the stairs, running through the halls. But in fact, I was just going to meet Ronald from Spanninga Group.
Hi there, I'm Ronald Wassens, Group Sales Director at Spanninga Group, Dutch-based, but with facilities in France and China. We develop and produce lighting solutions. We treasure and value safety and the safety in micromobility that is very key to us. We have a lot of standard solutions in our Spanninga collection, but we also tend to develop ready-made solutions and customized solutions with our partners, the OEM producers, dedicated to their specific bikes or cargo bikes, e-bikes, gravel bikes.
So if you could have a superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
It's very tempting to have superpower, even if it's only for 24 hours. But think of that would be great. When it comes to cycling and when we would have the opportunity, or when I would have the opportunity, I think it would be great to have cycling available for everybody, because certain people, they don't have access to a bike. Even a muscular bike will be out of reach for them. So I think it would be great for everybody to be able to experience the joy and the possibilities of being able to bike, to commute from one place to the other, and see the world from a different angle. Because public transport, walking or car, it is another view on the world compared to biking. You come at different places, and with superpower, how great it would be if, well, there would be this opportunity for everybody to have access and to experience.
Brilliant answer. So my last question is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour period for a bike ride, who would it be?
I don't know if he would make a great biker, but first thought for me, Barack Obama. I'm sure, as said, I'm not sure whether he's a good biker, but for me, I really would treasure and value a conversation with him over 24 hours about politics, but also about values in politics. Because, well, in retrospective, I think he has done a great job uniting people, uniting a country, no scandals. And nowadays, it seems like ages ago that has been possible. And I do find it difficult to believe that our world is depending on certain world leaders, having a different ethic, having a different attitude. I would treasure these 24 hours and have long conversations with him about that. We will enjoy the scenery for sure. And I hope he can also, share me a bit of wisdom in uniting people and uniting a country, because that's, I think, what he did.
Mm-hmm. Very good answer. Right, here we are. Next update. We are 9 leaders in, and starting to feel tired. It's quite hard having to navigate halls up and down, but talking to people. But it's been a great experience so far. Great, amazing people, very kind and willing to speak and share their thoughts on the future of industry, on the future of their brands. So that's great to know that there are still people willing to give their time to just share their passion.
And after meeting Ronald, things got even more interesting. To the point where I had to live track a location of my next guest. We both share our live location, and I was using Google Maps during Eurobike to track down this person. We end up finally meeting for a very brief interview.
So I'm Miles, I'm from Fusion Media. We're a global marketing agency based out of London, and we work mostly with cycling and outdoor brands.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and what would you use it for?
So I think I would have the ability to teleport bikes anywhere in the world. And I'll explain why, because the amount of bikes I see disused in people's garages, on the streets of London, on the streets of other big cities, that could be used by families and other people around the world. Think about people in Africa, think about people in South America. Cycling is a tool for mobility for all of us, and so many of us have bikes that are just not used, and we've got no real way of getting them to the people that do need them. So that's what I would do.
Brilliant answer. So my next question and last question is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour ride, who would it be?
I think, irrespective of whether or not she rides, I'd love to have Michelle Obama join me on a bike, just so I could corner her for a long ride, long conversation, and pick her brains on some of those interesting topics that she's had so much vocality about over the years.
Yeah.
I've always had massive respect for her. I wish that she would run for president. I'm not American, but I wish that all the same. And I think it'd be an epic conversation, and those kilometers would just tick by.
Yeah, that's a good answer. I had earlier on had someone else say Barack Obama.
Yeah.
Brilliant
We
answer.
could have both. We could have a group ride.
A group ride, exactly.
From meeting Miles in all 12, I had to rush back to all 11 to meet Rob Flue from Dynamic Bike Care, a brand that is very creative and fun.
Hi, my name is Rob Flue. I'm the CEO from Dynamic Bike Care. We are a brand that specializes in bike care products like lubrication. We also make cleaning products. We make greases. We work with some of the best teams in the world. Red Bull, Bora Hansgrohe, Alpecin, De Koning, and Visma Leasebike are some of our most important partners in the World Tour. Some of our new products for the Eurobike are our hot wax. We have developed a specific hot wax for endurance rides and one for races called Hyper and Wonder Wax. And also at the Eurobike this year, we are launching our Barkeeper Pro, a sealant that seals holes up to 6 millimeters at a speed of 30 kilometers per hour in less than half a second, which is an amazing performance for a planet-friendly product that is ecologically responsible.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
I guess the superpower I would like to have is to be able to make everyone in the cycling industry blind for race, gender, background, and stuff like that, to just create a very inclusive environment where everybody feels safe and welcome. And the other thing I would like to improve would be the financial ability for people to get into cycling, because sometimes I realize that this is still very much an elite world and an elite sport, where it could be beneficial for more people to enter in a more relaxed way. So I think those two things would be important to me.
My last question is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a bike ride, who would it be?
Not so sure if he's fit enough at the moment, but I would love to ride with Elon Musk. I think spending 24 hours with that guy would be pretty amazing, and he is definitely somebody who would be able to come up with some very innovative ideas and yeah, you could say maybe even out of this world.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah.
So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, Elon Musk. Yeah, for sure. If you could pick his brains, you come up with some wonderful stuff.
From Dynamic Bike Care, I quickly made my way to the stand of Ultra Cool Tech, where Chris was able to explain a very innovative idea.
Hi, I want to introduce our new products that we're launching here at Eurobike. It's a new bar tape that actually cools as you ride. It's the first product that actually cools during your event or during your ride. I'm Chris Blomfield-Brown, one of the inventors and co-founders of Ultra Cool Tech, our new company that's launched this product. We're a technology company. We have a few products, but our main product is a cooling bar tape.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and what would you use it for?
If I could improve the cycling industry, obviously I'm from Australia, and it would be safety, especially with the cars on the road. I mean, I've had a close friend of mine was killed last year, and I've been hit by a car, so it's a real problem. And I think if we can make it feel safe and more, cycling would be much more accessible to everyone.
Mm-hmm. My last question for you is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
Well, if I was fitter, it would have been changed, but right now I'd want someone I could sit on their wheel for 24 hours. But I have a lot of friends in the industry, and actually almost any of them, because anyone we have interesting dialogue from the performance staff, from a lot of the teams I work with, to just other people in the industry. I mean, I always find it really interesting to banter about different ideas, hear different perspectives, and it's really that cross-section where new ideas, such as this, cooling bar tape is born from. It's just this kind of cross-section, gets you thinking about different things. So, and just anyone that just loves riding their bike also.
And just like that, from a small company, I went to speak with the big boss at a big company, the CEO of MIPS.
Hello everyone, my name is Max Ramlitz and I am the CEO of MIPS. I have been with the company since 2016, so celebrating a little bit more than 8 years. What is then MIPS? MIPS is an ingredient brand. We focus on something which is called rotational protection, probably not something that everyone thinks about. So what is then rotational protection or rotational motion? To really understand that, you need to understand accidents. What is really happening in an accident? So think that you're riding a bike. Normally you hit the ground with an angle. A traditional helmet is normally designed to manage a linear force. So if you hit the ground straight down, you normally would have protection from a normal helmet. But of course, normally you travel with a bit of velocity. Then something which is called rotational motion is introduced when you hit the ground with an angle. Inside every helmet that is equipped with the MIPS technology, you will find a low friction layer. And what is that doing? It's redirecting energy. So at the moment when you hit the ground, instead of that your head is getting stuck into that helmet, it allows the head to travel about 5 to 10 meters inside that helmet to redirect the energy that could otherwise be captured by the head or even worse, the brain.
So I have a question for you, Max. If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Yeah, if I would really have that power, and of course that's what you dream about. I have dreamt about superpowers since I've been a kid. Of course, being able to equip everyone around the world with a helmet. That's the most important thing. Then, of course, it's my job to make sure that it's a MIPS-equipped helmet. But first, most important thing, get the helmet on people's head. Because, of course, we know that there is a lot of accidents, and having a helmet on the head is the most important thing.
So my last question is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
Yeah, I think the most recent one that got a lot of attention is Gordon Ramsay. Everyone knows he had a horrible accident. And of course, talking to him, getting his experience, but also maybe craft a very good plan on how can we make sure that everyone really gets what he talks about. Because like he said, having a helmet on his head made a big, big difference for him, of course.
Brilliant. And hopefully you would get some snacks cooked by Gordon Ramsay along the way as well.
Yes, I can sure. I'm also very keen into food, so making sure that he also cooked me dinner would also be one of the things.
After I said goodbye to Max, I went to speak with Christian, with the creative director of a brand that is making interesting development with the new product.
Hello, my name is Christian. I'm a creative director of Aeron. Aeron, which is the all-new brand we launched today here. And yeah, what is it all about? It's TPU air tubes, and we call it air tube engineering because we are able to engineer the air tubes, which is quite revolutionary.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Oh wow, that's a good question. Yeah, I mean, as a bike addicted, you look at every bike, and if you look around, you see so many bikes which no one is riding anymore. So, and if I had a superpower, I would beam all those bikes up on one place, and for sure we would have a mountain of bikes which you can maybe use as a raw material to make new, cool designed bikes of it, modern new bikes. Yeah, what I want to say is maybe if I had the superpower, I would switch bike industry from one day to another in a real circular economy or cradle to cradle business, because I think we are able to do that, but maybe not as fast as we wanted to. But if I would have the superpower, I would switch it from one day to another to be fully circular.
Brilliant. So I have one last question for you. If you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
Who would it be? There are so many, but maybe if I really can make the choice, it would be Dalai Lama. Yeah. Because anyway, I would like to meet him, but for me, bike riding, it's also meditation, you know. It's a kind of moving meditation. If you're on the bike, you're in the moment, which sounds a little bit spiritual, but yeah, if I could ride with the Dalai Lama, I don't know if it's riding a bike, but if we were to, we could talk about this. If moving meditation, bike riding is a kind of being in the moment, meeting yourself, meeting you in the moment, this would be very, very nice, I suppose. So.
From a German brand, I went and see an Italian brand, a brand steeped in passion, where I met with Massimo Panzeri, CEO of a company that you are about to hear.
Hello, I am Massimo Panzeri. I'm the CEO of Atala and the economy president. Whistle brand is our high-end brand. It's made for sport racer, mainly bike, but also road racing and mountain bike, really high-end, top performance. The vision here is to be on top of the technology with a good price point. So a perfect balance between performance and price. Trying to be, the investment here is to give the product with a huge content, very, very competitive, but with technical specifications that are top of the level. This is the goal of this brand. Then we have Atala, that's our family brand. So e-bike and bicycle for the family. But mainly here we show the top end.
So I now have a question for you. If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Okay, in this moment, the superpower should be to reduce the overstock that is on the market, because it's the main challenge. Because what I see is that there is a market, there is a sellout. At the end, even the disruption in supply chain and the overstock doesn't mean that the market, so the sellout is a real problem. We have a huge market that is at least stable or with a minimum decrease in respect of top years, and that a bright future. But in the meantime, the actual problem is the overstock that probably will last several months. So the superpower would be used to clean it in a good way.
So my last question for you is, if you could have any celebrity join you for 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
I am Italian. In this case, I would say the Italian Prime Minister, to show that the bicycle is not an alternative, but is linked to the mobility. So it is not only a product against car or against motorcycle, but it's an alternative way of transport. And to understand, like in other countries, like Germany, to me it's very interesting. Germany, where a huge part of the population use it not only for pleasure or leisure, but also with the bike lane for transport, going to work. So this is something that will increase a green business, a green market, and would be to let people understand how e-bike and bicycle can be a solution, a partial solution of the problem of traffic in the city, CO2, and really an help to our market that is green.
Of course. Brilliant answer. So guys, update for Ride Success podcast. We are pretty much over halfway now. It's it's been quite the journey. Meeting quite wonderful people along the way, and it's fantastic. Such an energy in the Eurobike show. Now, to my next guest, from all 12 to all 11. This is what I've been doing all day, pretty much, going back and forth between alls. But can't complain. People are giving their time, which is, as you know, a commodity that can't be wasted. So I'm more than happy to go and meet the people and speak with them.
As I made my way back to all 11 to meet the wonderful founder of GoFluo, I have to acknowledge that I wanted to get more women in the podcast, to have conversations in the series of 24 hours with 24 leaders. But the opportunity didn't rise. There are amazing women, founders, leaders in the cycling industry. This is one of the key pillars on my podcast, to have a 50-50% ratio of men and women, so that there is a balance and there's a better representation of women in the cycling industry. Now, let's go and catch up with Julie Vetz.
Hi, I'm Julie. I'm the founder of GoFluo. GoFluo is a brand with urban reflective clothing and accessories, and I made reflective clothing look good. So I invented the body glower. So it's a reflective outerwear to put on top of your normal clothing. So I create products and items that make you visible and good looking in the same time. So it's a real lifestyle product. So we do like reflective outerwear, sweaters, t-shirts, body glowers, but also we do bags, like in really cute colors that really brighten up your daily life.
So if you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Yeah, I would definitely change the infrastructure, like in whole Europe and the USA, like make sure there are bike lanes everywhere where you can cycle safe with your kids. As I'm a young mother, so I want my kids and my family to cycle safe everywhere we go.
That's very important. So my last question is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
It would be Rihanna, the singer, because she's also a very big entrepreneur, so she can probably give me a lot of tips and advice that I can learn from.
Brilliant. And what would you talk about with her?
I would talk about her with her about the business and how she built the business. Of course, she's famous, so it's a bit more easy than for myself, but I think she's a great businesswoman. And she has a lot of different brands also in the lifestyle segment that I can learn from.
And so from Belgium, I flew all the way to the US to meet Tim Kelly from KH in all 11.
Hey, my name's Tim Kelly. I'm the brand manager at KH. KH makes upgrade computer mounts and chain guides and chain catchers, and we're chosen by over a dozen of the World Tour teams racing in the Tour de France right now.
I want to ask you, if you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
One superpower. I guess I'd have to choose to have the influence of somebody like David Beckham. The reason would be not so much so I could be special, but one thing I've noticed in cycling right now is we're not that small tribe of like a club or a community like we used to be. I want people to wave to each other while they're out riding. I want people to all say, hey, you're a cyclist, so I'm going to slow down for you in my car, give you a wide berth and go around. or out mountain biking, stop and check if they need any help when you see somebody with a flat tire. I'd love to get cycling back to that community feel.
Brilliant answer. So, following up on that, if you could you have any celebrity to ride with you for a period of 24 hours, who would it be?
Celebrity. You know, with a 12-year-old daughter right now, it's probably no surprise I even know who she is, but I'd say Taylor Swift, and here's why. Again, cycling used to be this small group of dirtbags, and when we were out mountain biking, you know, we were crawling out of the back of the pickup truck, sitting on the tailgate after rides, having a beer. We all knew that it mattered. We took care of the trails, we took care of each other. And I see cyclists as really, you know, they're endangered. People are reading their phones while they're driving, texting, and friends are being killed out there. And I would love somebody of her influence and reach to be able to tell those out there, you know, who may, you know, run into us on the road or not care about our environment or our trails, just how special an experience cycling can be. I'm pretty sure it would quadruple the sport and, you know, this industry's revenue stream overnight. And I've never met anybody who could say that cycling didn't help the planet or help each of us be better people. So it'd be pretty cool to see her change our sport, make it mainstream.
That's very interesting. That's a good point to have. Is there a question that you would ask her?
I'd have to say, you know, what's that thrill she can remember riding a bike? Because I'm not sure there's any American kid who didn't grow up at some point having to ride their bike and zoom down the hill and feel the wind in their hair, probably pre-helmet even for her. But at the end of the day, you know, she's probably got a great story to tell. And I bet if anyone out there misses riding a bike, it's her. She probably doesn't get that many opportunities.
After saying goodbye to Tim, I descended from the world of pro cycling to the world of children's bikes with Lion bikes. I had the pleasure of speaking with a former road racer.
Hi, my name is Marcel Kittel and I'm one of the co-founders of Lion Bikes and also the sales representative of the brand. And we are, with Lion Bikes, our kids and youth bike brand, very much focused on modern mobility for children from the age of 7 or older. And you can see here our range of products of our first series. We are a young startup. We are just founded 2 years ago. And this is our first product range, the Discover series. That's, yeah, I think already now you can see it very clearly. That's very easy to identify through the rear light that we had developed for our bikes, because we say visibility is key, safety through visibility is our ambition, combined with a lot of innovation.
If you could have a superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
I would choose a superpower to make every politician on this planet listen to me, to improve the infrastructure of cyclists on this planet and on this world. Because I really believe, and that was one of the key ambitions also for Lion Bikes, to help cyclists to cycle safely through, you know, from their home to their job, but also for kids from at home to school. And that would be also my ambition, that's our ambition, to improve things for cyclists, because they need to ride safe. And I know that from my personal experience as a former professional, cycling on roads can be sometimes dangerous if the infrastructure is not right. And the biggest leverage on that is, you know, influencing politicians to make these things happen, because I think, especially in Germany, it's still underrated how many people actually love cycling. And I would like to give them more space, and many good things are happening already, but we have to speed it up. We have to be more onto it, not only for cycling reasons, but also for sustainability reasons, to change our way of moving. I'm personally I am German, but I'm living in the Netherlands, and I know how easy it is to ride your bicycle there, and that's because the infrastructure is so good. So that would be my personal superpower choice.
Very good choice. My last question, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
I'm ending up with a movie star. I personally really am a fan of Keanu Reeves and all of his movies. The movies are action movies most of the time, which I really like. But I would like to ride the bike with him because I really appreciate how down to earth he is. He's hugely successful, but the way he does it is something that I would be really interested in to keep this balance, you know, being a movie star, but also being really a family person who cares about friends and old friends and family is something that I admire, and I would like to get to know him and learn about that. And I think he's also very athletic and a sports guy.
And so I quickly rushed back to All 11 to see the stand of their bikes, a brand based in Taiwan that is currently showcasing their bikes in the Tour de France.
My name is Otto. I'm at Eurobike representing their bikes, and I'm daily working in UNOX, and we have a collaboration with their bikes brand from Taiwan.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Nah, that's a very difficult question, but I guess a lot of people would say that they could see in the crystal ball on what everything was happening. But to have a superpower, to have everyone in going in one direction, I think would be really good. The world is screaming for sustainability, and we need to use the bikes even more than we have used in the past, and do it at the moment. So I think for the cycling community and the cycling business, to have the power of everybody going in the same direction to saving our environment, that will be a really great achievement.
Very good. So my last question for you is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
Actually, I can tell you a funny thing. In Oslo last summer, Richard Branson was in Oslo, and he was joining Oslo Down Patrol, who is a cycling community in Oslo who ride their bikes every Tuesday and Thursday morning, 5 o'clock in the morning before the work. And he joined them, and he was riding a dare bike on that ride. So we are proud of that. Now he is a guy with a lot of project in his daily life.
Right, everyone. It's almost 5 o'clock on the first day, so that's nearly 10 hours done of the first day. Pretty tired. I have only six more people to interview, or seven if I can squeeze another one, a big one actually. Currently waiting for a next person to meet. Pretty exciting, pretty tiring as well. Everyone has their own challenge, I guess. It's definitely an endurance test, that's for sure. In planning, in scheduling, in running it. And this is just half of it. That's another update, but is going well. So carry on listening to the podcast.
So after a bit of a break and a much needed rest, I had the opportunity to meet face-to-face with a person that I've been following for a while.
Hi, my name is Michał. I'm the CEO and co-founder of Endurance Translations, a translation agency that specializes in working with cycling, endurance sports brands, running brands, and swimming brands. And I'm a triathlete myself, a two-time Ironman finisher. I love the fact that I can do both cycling and translation together with my clients and partners in the industry.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
I was thinking about it a lot, and to be honest, my answer is going to be a bit tricky because I don't think there is a superpower that can fix the cycling industry. because I strongly believe that the cycling industry is a little bit like a living thing and it's constantly evolving. Obviously, cycling insiders can tell you always that there's something wrong with the industry, but every industry in the world has something wrong with it. So I don't think there's a superpower. I just think it needs persistent, driven people with a wide field of vision, who see the big picture, the small picture, the people, the variety, the diversity. But I don't think there's a superpower that's needed here, really.
Interesting. So my last question is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
I would really love to ride with Lance Armstrong.
Interesting.
He's super controversial, but the fact is he was a great rider in his years. Obviously, doping, there's no doubt about that, but his breadth of knowledge of cycling, both during those days and I pretty much believe currently, is really, really wide-ranging and deep. And I think, riding with him and talking to him would be an interesting journey if he was honest with me and he would be really speaking his mind about what was it like to cycle back then. Because
for sure,
he's marked as the top evil person in cycling, but let's be honest, most of them were doping. He was just a scapegoat. So I would really like to hear that part of the story as well from him.
Very interesting.
As I finished my interview with Nicolas, I got a notification that one of the meetings was cancelled. As you know, with these things, meetings get cancelled because meetings overrun. That's typically how it works. And I was like, oh no, what am I going to do? But I struck a luck, allowed me to go and meet quite a big brand.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Atala S.p.A. I'm the CMO from Scott Sports, working now since 3 decades for the brand. And what you see basically behind me and here on the booth is one of the most innovative brand, really focusing on innovation, technology, design, but also bringing the sport to a different level with all the different athletes. With all the high-end bikes we have, we are really pushing cycling forward. And, that's all about what we do at Scott. We have, with our mission statement, from no shortcuts, doing the right thing for the right reason, also a clear direction where we want to bring the brand, how we want to bring the sport forward. And that's what really makes fun at Scott Sports.
Very good. So I have a question for you now. If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
So of course, I would really use my superpower to bring cycling forward. And to bring cycling forward, I think we have here a lot of nice products, but cycling needs also a lot of infrastructure. So I would really start to make the best trails, the best roads, the best infrastructure so that everybody has access to cycling. And also what I would use as well, because in 24 hours you can do a lot. So I would also make sure that everybody who wants to ride a bike gets access to a bike. So like this, I think we can bring a lot of solutions to people that they can first of all ride the bike and ride the bikes in a safe environment.
So I have one last question. If you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
It's a very easy question. I would use this gentleman behind me, Nino Schurter. He's the GOAT, the greatest of all time mountain biker, winning so many races, so inspiring to see how he rides. And it's so enjoyable to ride with him. So I would definitely try to convince him that he's going to be a bit slower so I can follow him. And that I can really also learn a bit from his tricks. And also, can claim that I was riding once with the best mountain biker in the world.
As I left Scott Sports to go and meet my next leader, the interview took place as Mark Cavendish took his 35th victory at the Tour de France. Everyone was cheering, everyone was very happy, and from that optimism, I carried on with my interview with my next leader.
Hi, I'm Christian, the owner of Lake Cycling Shoes, And the biggest difference we have is the different models and the different widths based on different lasts. So depending if you have narrow feet or wide feet, or you have a kind of problem feet, we always have the right solution for you based on every type of feet. We are active in 51 countries, have our own factories, so we are literally responsible from A to Z, B2C, B2B and distributors all over the world.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
It's very easy to make sure that every brand has no overstock anymore. So everybody can go back to normal, don't dump any products on the market for stupid prices and be back to normal again.
Very good. So one last question. If you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be and what would you ask?
It would be our Dutch king, because I know he's a big cyclist. He's only wearing the wrong shoes and he has wide feet. So I would tell him a bit more about a good fitting shoe without any painful feet after a longer ride in the sun.
As the Eurobike show closed its doors for the day, I had a few meetings scheduled in the city in Frankfurt. But after a miscommunication in the directions, I got lost and I didn't get to see the people that I wanted to see. And there were actually two people I was looking forward to meeting. But I decided there and then I can't waste an opportunity. I scheduled a meeting with a key figure that I was looking forward to meeting all day. So I need to go back to the city center and meet this person.
Hi, I'm Isabell Eberlein and I would consider myself as a political cyclist. I'm the CEO of Fidlock Concept. We're a small agency with about 20 people based in Berlin. And we do mainly consulting, content work, communication and event management around cycling and a little bit around walking. And we work a lot for the national government, but also for the cycling industry, for public authorities, for everyone. Our goal is to promote cycling and make it a usual and normal mode of transport. And my heart is very much connected to both sustainability and diversity in the entire cycling sector. And for the last 5 years, I've been heavily engaged in promoting these two topics forward.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
My cycling power is that my power for the cycling sector would be trust. I wanted to have the ability that everyone can, leave down their masks and their roles together among trust and to really maybe also leave behind their personal interests and their business interests for a while and think at the bigger picture. And when they can think about the bigger picture, they can easily implement things in regard to sustainability, things in regard to collaboration, measures to digitalize, to just, let us work together, because our bigger game or our bigger goal should be not to promote cycling for the ones who are already cycling, but for the ones who are not cycling yet. So we should really take the perspective of people who are not cycling yet and why they're not cycling yet. And some of them are women, some of them have other diverse backgrounds, and we should better understand that. But I think the baseline for this, to really think about bigger things, is about trusting ourselves better and maybe really putting the business interests aside for 24 hours.
So my last question is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be? And what questions would you ask them?
I know it's super boring, but I think I pick Angela Merkel because she has quite some power. And if she, in this 24 hours, I would just ask for her address book. And in this 24 hours, maybe I start a Vogue fashion campaign on bikes with her. And if she opens her address book and we try to position her, as the cycling ambassador of Germany, of the world or whatever, I think it could have quite some influence. And the questions I would ask her is like, why didn't you do much more for cycling when she was a German chancellor?
Oh, and I have now 22 leaders. I don't know if I will be able to make it to 24 leaders. It's now 8:30 in the evening, and I still have 12 hours, just over 12 hours to go. Not sure if I'm going to make it to any after parties. I'm pretty knackered. I walked 20 kilometers today. That might not be enough for some, but it's enough for me. So I think I will have now some dinner. See if I can see any other people maybe tomorrow, and on my way to the airport. Yeah, but it's been great to meet so many people, connect, and just share ideas. So yeah, that's kind of. I think I'm going to have a break, have some dinner, and yeah, catch up in a few hours to give you an update. So after a night full of rest, I woke up bright and early to head back to Eurobike to interview the remaining leaders of the 24 Hours with 24 Leaders Challenge.
Yeah, hello, good morning everybody. I'm Max, I'm the CEO of VMAX. We are a Swiss e-scooter brand and we focus on producing very powerful and performance e-scooters with a high quality approach.
If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the micromobility space, what would it be and how would you use it?
Okay, if I would be strong enough, I would just broaden the streets and create more space for e-bikes, e-scooters and micromobility.
Very good. And my last question for you, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour scooter round, who would it be and what would you talk about?
Yeah, as a Swiss brand, there's only one person I can guess, and of course it's Roger Federer. So Roger, if you see it, come on and take a ride with us.
So at this point, if you have been counting the leaders, you will know this is my last leader. I was over the moon. I finally got to meet the 24th leader, and all under 24 hours. I was happy. So I went and spoke with the founder and managing director, Marek As.
Yeah, SHAD bikes. We produce for more than 30 years now special trikes and tandems, really, with a lot of fun and inspiration. Yeah, and we do also crazy events. Perhaps you know our trike race event or other things, our 25 years SHAD bikes with the Beast. So we do this job because we like it a lot. And yeah, this year on the Eurobike we show our new redesign of the Kettwiese. The Kettwiese is our most well-known trike, an agile trike, our racing trike. Yeah, and we have lots of new function. It's yeah, you can adjust it in a big length, and handlebar is in height adjusted. And yeah, and if you put it together, you see it on this display. It's small to put it in a car for transportation. Yeah, and the most advantage is suspension. It's really comfortable. We have a McPherson principle in the rear. And yeah, if you have the chance to test it, you should ride it. It's a lot of fun.
Brilliant. So I have a question for you. If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be and how would you use it?
Yeah, the superpower. So my way of working is I like a lot what I do. So it's not important to be the biggest and to have the biggest impact. We are a team and we like to improve our bikes and to do this business. So it's a bit difficult to talk about superpower and change the whole industry. So I like the bike industry and I like it the way it is.
Okay, very good. So my last question for you is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be?
Yeah, honestly, I would prefer, yeah, I would like to do it with my sons. My two sons. It would be great to have a 24 hours ride together with them. So it's family.
That's a very sweet response.
Okay.
As you have made it so far into the podcast, I have a surprise for you. I have a surprise guest to my 24 Hours with 24 Leaders series. This guest is someone that I have been following for quite some time. I have admired his work, and after meeting him face to face for the first time, I was over the moon to be able to just have an interaction.
Hi, my name is Wade Wallace. I'm the co-founder of EscapeCollective.com. It's a cycling website that covers Tour de France and all that great stuff. And we're 100% member funded. That's what makes us different, which means that you're the customer, not the product being sold. And what that means is that we don't live or die by our ability to sell you more stuff, right? And that's important because we're seeing this massive extinction event in media, and we want to be sustainable. We want to be around here to serve you in 20 years, and this is the way we're doing it.
Brilliant. So I have a question for you, Wade. If you could have one superpower for 24 hours to improve the cycling industry, what would it be, and how would you use it?
That's a good question, and I had to think about that. And for me, it would be, I don't know if this is a cycling industry problem, but the fact that Chris Froome and the way someone like that looks is normalized, and all the kit is getting smaller and tighter. I can't fit into an extra large anymore, and I'm not big, I'm a regular guy, and the fact that I look like a condom full of walnuts when I put on the kit these days, I think it's absolutely ridiculous, and that all has to do with this is a power to weight sport, and small usually is fast, but for regular people like me, I wish I had a kit that I felt comfortable in, that it was normalized, it looked cool, and it's getting there, like with gravel, with mountain bike and baggies, or just regular t-shirts and stuff. That's looking cool. It's getting there, but that's how I'd use my superpower. I'd accelerate that trend.
Brilliant answer. So my last question for you is, if you could have any celebrity join you for a 24-hour bike ride, who would it be, and what questions would you ask them?
My son and I play this game all the time, like what celebrity would you love to meet or have dinner with or whatever. So this one made me think, because I don't have a good answer. Because I would rather go for a ride with a good friend and take the piss out of each other and banter and stuff like that. But recently, this Roger Federer Instagram sort of short came my way. And I think it was about a month ago, he was speaking to Dartmouth College graduates. And he had a lot to say about effortless is actually not true. It's about hard work, about dedication. So humble, such an inspiring speech, and such an amazing person to be giving this as well. So if I had one person, that is who I would love to go for a big ride with. I don't know, I couldn't beat him at tennis, but I could probably hang with him for a ride. And what questions would I ask him? I don't know. I would ask him to expand on that speech he gave at Dartmouth. I don't think it's rehashed. I think it's only a month old. But go and look it up if you haven't heard it. It's quite inspiring, and yeah, it's one of the only things I've heard a celebrity or famous person say that's actually really, hit me here.
Brilliant, Wade. Thanks for sharing your thoughts.
So after countless hours of meetings, preparation, travel, and getting finally a chance to meet with 25 amazing leaders in the industry, I was over the moon to have finished my challenge. 24 hours with 24 leaders. And that was just with enough time to get back to the airport to get my flight back to London, UK. Thank you for joining me on this episode of the Right Success podcast. This series, 24 Hours with 24 Leaders, has been in the making for some time, and I'm very grateful for everyone that took part. So a special thanks goes to everyone involved. If you have enjoyed this episode, be sure to subscribe, rate, and leave a review. Also, stay tuned to more conversations with leaders and innovators in the cycling community. Next week's episode is with Alison Tetrick. She's not only a professional cyclist who has made a significant mark in both road and gravel racing, but also a passionate advocate for mental health, community engagement, and inclusivity in cycling. She's renowned for her resilience and leadership, and her journey includes triumphs like becoming a 3-time gravel world champion and setting a course record at Unbound Gravel in 2017. So, until next time, keep riding towards your own success. See See you next week.